Whisker, the maker of the litter robot and feeder robot, have released a new version of their robot litter box, the Litter Robot 4. And in this first look, we are going to go over what's new for this model, what's included, and what my thoughts are so far on it after using it for almost 2 months. I'll be doing a more in-depth review once I have more time with the Litter Robot 4, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and enable notifications to be one of the first to know when I release that video and others. While Whisker was nice enough to let me beta test the Litter Robot 4 for free, the thoughts and opinions in this video are my own, and there has not been any outside influence, monetary or otherwise. I've had my Litter Robot 3 Connect for over 4 years now and have been pretty happy with it for the most part. There are some areas that could be improved on, so I'm hoping that the Litter Robot 4 not only adds a bunch of new and helpful features, but also fixes some areas that were annoying to deal with or caused issues. The Litter Robot 4 cost starts at $649 USD. And if you're interested in picking one up, I'll have a link in the description below that you can use to save $25 off the purchase of a new one. The Litter Robot 4 is a pretty large device, so the box it comes in is going to be on the larger side. Something to keep in mind if you have mobility issues, as you may need assistance getting it set up. The Litter Robot 4 includes the litter robot itself, a few waste bags, a fence to help with keeping litter in, a 1-year warranty, and a 90-day in-home trial. If for whatever reason you don't like the Litter Robot 4, or your cat isn't into it, you'll be able to send it back for a refund. Just keep in mind that you will have to pay return shipping. Take note that because I got a beta unit to test, the fence I received was 3D printed. The final version should be a much higher quality rubber. The Litter Robot 4 has a very large and bright notification indicator at the top right hand side of it. You'll be able to quickly tell the state of the litter robot, which I like over the previous version's notification system. Also, unlike the Litter Robot 3, all models of the Litter Robot 4 include built-in Wi-Fi, which allows for access to the Whisker app that I'll be touching on a little later in this video. While the overall footprint for the Litter Robot 4 is large due to its height, it was designed to fit within the same floor space as a standard litter box, which is great for those with limited space. Just like previous versions, this litter robot works by slowly running litter through a grate so that clean litter is removed while waste is dropped below. I personally like this design compared to others with rakes, as they usually get clogged up pretty quickly and require more frequent deep cleaning. With an entryway opening of 15.75 inches and interior globe dimensions of 15 by 19 by 18 inches, almost any domestic cat can fit inside the globe, even larger fur friends. Just like previous versions, the Litter Robot 4 does not require special litter, just clumping litter. Based on my experience with testing, you'll want to stay away from any wood or paper-based litter, and while crystal litter can work, I had limited success in the few that I did test. The Litter Robot 4 has a few new sensors in it that provide additional cat detection, litter detection, and cat tracking capabilities. This means if your cat sticks their head in the litter box while it's cycling, it will detect them and stop cycling. The new sensors also provide more accurate litter level detection and waste level detection, which will be visible within the app. Because of the new sensors, you'll also be able to track your cat's weight anytime they use the litter box, which is helpful for making sure they are within a healthy weight range. The app will keep track of usage and cycles as well, which is nice. I do wish it kept more data than just a month's worth, but hopefully that is something they can add in a future update for the app. The app can also be used to remotely cycle the litter box, which can be helpful when first getting your pet acclimated to it, and you can change settings such as the nightlight, sleep mode, and how long it will wait after a cat leaves before cycling. I also noticed you can lock out the panel to disable the buttons on the litter robot, which is nice if you have younger children or extra adventurous pets. The Litter Robot 4 is listed as being able to support up to 4 cats within a household. I'm not sure what this does with weight and usage tracking, and isn't something I can test out with only 1 cat, but I'll see if I can get more information on that. I assume that everything right now would just be counted as one single pet using the litter box. One thing that really surprised me with the Litter Robot 4 is how much quieter it is compared to the Litter Robot 3. You can still hear it in another room if you pay attention, but I already don't recognize it cycling unless I happen to be pretty close to it when it starts. For reference, from a non-scientific test, I recorded the Litter Robot 3 making 65 decibels of noise, while the Litter Robot 4 only recorded 46 decibels. That may not seem like a lot, but here is some audio of them both running. Another thing I noticed right away that is an improvement over the Litter Robot 3 is the opening. Instead of the tight oval shape, It's a perfect circle that is a lot more inviting to a pet to use. I think it looks better, and I'm guessing it'll help make transitioning go a lot smoother as well. Two other things I noticed that were different on the Litter Robot 4 is that the light is no longer blue. Not sure if the color difference matters to cats or not, but I prefer the not blue color. You can also adjust the brightness a bit too, which is nice. The other difference is the waste bin. With a smaller floor footprint, the waste bin feels smaller, but seems a bit more optimized and possibly a bit deeper, so overall usage out of it might actually be increased. The 1-year warranty, referred to as Whisker Care, includes hassle-free coverage against accidental damage, power surges, mechanical, and electrical breakdowns. This also includes software support. Any hardware replacements will also include free shipping both ways while under warranty as well. This can be extended to 3 years for an additional cost. While Whisker does sell biodegradable waste bags, any 13-gallon trash bag should work as well in the waste bin. Also take note that my Litter Robot has a step installed. Without the step, the Litter Robot 4 looks like this. Something else I really like about the Litter Robot 4 is that with the way the cycling mechanism works, you can in theory have it up against a wall. This is because the globe itself is actually completely under the bonnet, and the outside of the globe is not visible. I would recommend leaving a little bit of space, but now a lot less clearance is needed compared to the Litter Robot 3. For this model, the air filter is on the bottom of the globe instead of the front of the waste bin. I kinda like this design a bit better, but I think it might make it a bit more difficult to buy generic filters due to the shape. Some planned additional accessories for the Litter Robot 4 include a full door enclosure flap, a scratcher mount, a camera mount, a litter hopper, and Pet ID tag. Pet ID tag is planned to allow for the ability to recognize individual cats and track each cat separately for their usage and health information within the app. The litter hopper is meant to allow for the Litter Robot 4 to store up to 8 extra pounds of litter to allow for it to be able to self-top off when additional litter is needed. I do wish that the Litter Robot 4 had a wrapped power cord. I know that it's not near pet food, so the chances are limited that it'll get chewed on, but for something so simple, it would be nice to see that included for a litter box in this price range. I'd love to know your thoughts on the Litter Robot 4. What do you like? What don't you like? What do you wish they did differently? So make sure to let me know in the comments below. Overall, I've not had any issues with the Litter Robot 4. It has worked as expected, and I've really enjoyed the new features that it includes over the Litter Robot 3. I have been purposely triggering a bunch of manual cycles every day to see if I can cause any stress on it, but nothing has come from that so far. I do plan to make a follow-up video going into more detail around the setup of the Litter Robot 4 and my usage of it, but I need more time with it first before I can do that. Again, if you're considering picking up the Litter Robot 4 or even the Litter Robot 3, make sure to use the link in the description below to save $25 off your purchase. Thank you for watching.